Yo, 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 I'm back once again with another movie review, man. Yes, this movie review is going to be for Black Adam, starring The Rock and a whole bunch of other people that I can't remember their names, except for Pierre Bronson. I know him, but besides him and The Rock, I don't know anybody else really. But yeah, man, I'm just going to get on right with this review. So, before the movie came, well, I should say when the movie came out, I wanted to see it, but unfortunately I got sick when it came out that weekend, so I wasn't able to see it when it came out. So this is why, I'm doing this review pretty late. Now, you know, hearing the reactions from people who saw the film, you know, basically what I got as far as like the general consensus of this film was the movie is decent at best. It's just a average movie at best. You know what I mean? So I didn't really go into it with high expectations. It was just like whatever, you know what I mean? I always wanted to check it out. So, it was long overdue for me to check it out and I wasn't really expecting much. So, after seeing it now, I kind of have to say, man, like I kind of regret seeing this movie, man, because this movie was not that good. I would say that it's borderline trash. I think the only thing that saved this movie from being complete trash is the action and the visuals. I do think that those two aspects were the shining points of the film because I feel like almost every action scene was, really entertaining. And I did like the visuals. I did like the special effects. And like I said, I think it was pretty well done, man, with the action. And you do get a lot of action in this film. So it's not like a drag of a movie. It's not like a bore fest, I would say. But, you do get a lot of action, which is pretty good. And like I said, mostly all the action scenes I really did enjoy. So it saves the movie from being complete trash, but everything else just falls flat on its face very, very hard. Um, One of the main problems I have with this movie is the overall story, man, and the overall writing and just the pacing of it all. I just feel like the pacing was just very, I don't know. To me, it just felt disjointed, man. I don't know who edited this film, but I just feel like it was just really kind of like sloppy at points, in a lot of points, and there were certain scenes that was just like off-putting, man. You'll have one scene and then like the next scene that comes after that didn't really make no sense with the previous scene, and then there are certain scenes to where it's like, okay, this just comes out of nowhere. As far as like certain dialogue and stuff, it's just like they try to throw in these one little like funny liners, and I feel like it just didn't work for me. None of the jokes land for me. I don't really think that this movie was funny at all, but they try to throw in a lot of humor in it. I just think that the humor didn't work. So yeah, man, the writing and the overall story just really fell flat on his face. And from the beginning, when the movie first started, I was like, man, this is not going to be good at all because it starts out with like a 10 to 15 minute exposition of just a narration of just explaining backstory. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, yeah, this is not going to be good at all. And then, the movie, went on, and it's like I said, man, the whole overall pacing of this film is just off to me. Like a lot of the scenes in this film felt just super weird and just super out of place. Um, I really feel like their approach was to cut off the fat and just give us the meat, if that makes sense. Like, I think what they were trying to do with this was instead of like going the route of, okay, we're going to slowly develop the characters and then we're going to slowly introduce Black Adam, and then he's going to do his thing for like the greater second half of the film, and we're going to have like this big grand last battle in the movie, and then the movie closes. I really feel like they went another route, because Black Adam, he does get introduced pretty early on in this film, which is, I guess you could say, is kind of a good thing. We don't have to wait too long to see Black Adam. However, I think because of the approach that they took, I think, character development, the plot really suffered because of that. Because like this film just felt so disjointed, man. I don't know, like it, it felt like it didn't go from like beginning, middle, and end. It just kind of felt like it was kind of jumping all over the place at times, to where I'm like, okay, we're going from here to, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me, but the pacing overall, I just feel like it was kind of like rush, and it was just sloppy. So it's like a rush, sloppy job, which is not, like I said, it's not good at all. You know what I mean? And like I said before, you do get a lot of action scenes. I really feel like they wanted to focus on the action and just say, hey, you want to see The Rock face off against Hawkman and Dr. Fate, we going to give you that. You want to see Atom Smasher, turn into a giant and crush buildings and stuff like that, we going to give you that. So with the action of itself, I do think that the action really delivered, and they did a good job with the visual effects, and most of the action was done very, very well. It's just everything else around the movie just suffered very badly. With character development, I really feel like none of the characters was interesting at all. The only character that I really liked in the film was Dr. Fate, and that was played by Pierre Bronson. I really liked his character a lot. That was the only character I felt for. Every other character I didn't really give two shits about, to be honest with you. Even Black Adam himself. I really feel like The Rock didn't really do a good job in portraying the Black Adam from the comics. He just played The Rock in a Black Adam suit, The Rock, he is a good actor, but I really feel like he doesn't have a lot of range. He just gets away with his charisma and, his charm and his looks. I really feel like that really carries a lot of the movie for him. Like when he plays these roles, I really feel like he relies on just playing himself a lot. And in this one is no different. I just saw The Rock in a Black Adam suit. He didn't even have an Egyptian accent. And that's another thing too. Like with this film, it's supposed to be, in an Egyptian type of setting, even though in this film he's not from Egypt. He's from, I forgot the city name, but basically it's an Egyptian-esque city. So he's supposed to have like this Middle Eastern, accent. And he doesn't have an accent at all. He doesn't have like an Egyptian look. I do think that he could pull off the Black Adam look, but they didn't really put no hair on him. They didn't give him no pointy ears, and they didn't give him an accent. Like I said, he's just The Rock in a Black Adam suit. He has no accent at all. So it's just like when he speaks and when he does his dialogue, it's like, I'm not watching Black Adam. I'm watching The Rock doing cosplay as Black Adam. You know what I mean? And, the action is cool when he does his action scenes. That's fine. But everything else is just bad. So I don't know why they decide to go this route. Now, you could say that that's, partly due to The Rock of himself, because he was the executive producer in this. And yeah, The Rock tends to do that a lot, I guess, when he, does his movies and stuff. I don't want to call him a control freak, but, from what I've heard, he's not I wouldn't want to say he's like a bad guy or anything, but, I've heard some things as far as like how he operates and stuff like that. I'm not too knowledgeable on that, but I'm just going off of what I heard. And like I said, man, overall, just to close this review out, what saves this movie from being complete trash is the action and the visuals. I can't say that enough. Like this, the action and the visuals saves this movie. It makes it at least watchable. If it wasn't for the action, if it wasn't for the visuals, if it wasn't for the special effects, this movie will be complete dog shit. But the action was good enough. The visuals was good enough to make it at least watchable. But still, it's like, I wouldn't go and see this movie again. You know what I mean? If for people who didn't see it yet and want to see it, maybe check it out in a matinee, or better yet, just wait till it come out on streaming and just check it out while you're at home at your leisure. You know what I mean? This is not a film that you go and rush out to see. Yeah, you will get some cool action scenes, but that's really about it. The characters suck. The writing is bad. The story is bad. Everything is bad in this besides the action. So, it's kind of disappointing, man, because I do like Black Adam as a character, man. Like, this is one of the characters that I wanted to see you know, a live action adaptation of. And what we got was uh, just a mess. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much my review for Black Adam. And now, I know this was spoiled before, the movie came out because The Rock pretty much spoiled it all. But yes, Superman does show up at the end credit scene in the end. And I do think that is cool, man. Even though I'm not a big Superman fan, but I will say I do like Henry Cavill as Superman because I do think that he does a really good job in playing Superman. So it was cool to see Henry Cavill back as Superman again. And I know a lot of Henry Cavill fans and a lot of Superman fans are super excited that he is back in the DCEU. And, I'm happy for a lot of those fans, man. I will check out, the sequel to Man of Steel. I got to check out the first one again, but, it's cool to see him back, man. I really think that DCEU really screwed the ball the first time with not bringing him back, years ago or whatever, with the whole Snyderverse drama and all of that. But if now, everything is official, he's back, and, that's good, man. So at least we got that bit out of it. So I don't know if they're going to make a sequel to Black Adam. I do think that there is a lot to improve on if they do make a sequel. I would like to see a huge improvement in the story and, just Black Adam overall as a character. Hopefully, The Rock, he does take the role a little bit more seriously and takes himself out of it and say, hey, look, let's give the people what they want. Let's give people a live action, accurate adaptation of this character, because I do think Black Adam is a great character and we deserve better than what we got, you know what I mean? So hopefully if they do make a future sequel, that they improve on a lot of the story and the character overall. So that's gonna be my review for Black Adam, and until my next one, man, I'm out.